We were told that Gear Tier 9 is more adapted to sustainability and control. So I decided that my first T9 would be Tiana. And as you can see, this doesn't really paint the picture here, but you see the people that I've given speed pieces, and I believe is valuable to give those speed pieces when I get the resources, right? But I feel like from 1 to T7, it was kind of easy to get to T7. So you could T7 a bunch of people, right? T7 to T8, then a little bit of the same. Can you make a poisoned apple? Stay Frosty redeemed to breed the dragon. And there is Bew Jr. No more purple eyes. Looking good. Anyways, if you see here, I have the speed pieces and everything. And T1 to 7 was kind of you could throw anyone to T7, right? We knew that T7 wasn't this end goal. It's always gonna progress. Hey Draco, how you doing? Hi Chelsea. So T7 to T8 then, if you remember, it was all about speed and trying to get your offensive characters to have that advantage of being T8 for the damage boost. Can we see your kitchen? Hey Janu, how you doing? Hi Oni. Anyways, T7 to T8, it was about number 1, the speed pieces again, but this time it was the speed pieces to get your offensive characters to eliminate the other team before they did you. So the meta was Hero and Bubbles and Hercules, and well, Hercules is just busted. He's gonna be around in the meta for a long time, but it was all about getting those speed upgrades to Hero. So T8 to T9, and I think this is cognizant of the raid, and I think it follows the track of the current raid we have. And I'm gonna align my own opinions about what is the best thing you could do for yourself in regards to the raid. Do they have kitchens in the lair? Who knows? So for myself, I started with Tiana, obviously. And this may not paint the right picture. Merida's, of course, going to be T9 because I love Merida. She's my favorite princess. So, you know, I'm still going to have fun with the game. I'm still going to upgrade people, but I'm still going to So now, instead of upgrading people such as Mordu just to upgrade Mordu, I have to make sure that there are synergies and a long-term future for that character. And obviously with 3 princesses still to come into the game, 3 princesses to come into the game, and Merida being one of the main damage dealers just because the Wilds faction doesn't need her right now, and another team she slots in, or a trio or a duo that she slots into is the Bell Beast combo. But she is the damage dealer for the princesses. So she has a long-term future. Plus, I have always upgraded Merida. Hercules, we all know why we upgrade Hercules. But my plan from T8 to T9 is to, number 1, make sure that my ST is in line first. So Tiana, 100%, all game modes, best plug and play character. She slots into any team and she's fantastic, and that's why she's T9. Period. Is Herc gonna be T9 too? Yes. Why? Same exact reason. You can throw Herc with 4 scrubs and he will literally wreck everybody. With that being said, I am also making sure I'm setting myself up for success in PvP by investing in the team I want to run in PvP. Yes, all the legendaries at T9 is an obvious, advantage. But I love running princesses. I think the princesses hang with legendary soup. They do. And T9 is just going to bolster through that. Because then when you start putting deltas on, I don't know, Merida's basic that she does every 9 seconds, you get what I mean. Yes, her can smack you for, the damage he does at T9. But if Merida's keeping up and you make the investment, you're still going to hang. So, ST in line, legendaries, of course. Then you got PvP, in which I'm committing to a team. Now, the main emphasis I have from T8 to T9 is what the developers told us, which is you want to T9 characters that fit the theme of the pieces over here. These pieces right here. Ooh. These pieces over here. And we were told that they were more scaled to sustainability. So, if the raid Thank you, Chelsea, for subscribing again for 4 months. Thank you. Oh, Mazo's here. Hi, Mazo. T9 Herc all day, every day, yeah. So if they told us that, and the line right now from everybody that's putting out raid content is, nice to see you, Mazo. The sentence you hear is, you want to get as much attacks in before the tornado wrecks you. But if the theme of this T8 to T9 is increase your sustainability, what do you think that's going to do for the raid if, I don't know, you start upgrading your characters that excel in sustainability, your tanks, your utility characters? Is it gonna have a positive effect? Hi Ross Shane, how you doing? Nice to see you again. Hello. Is it gonna have a positive effect? Because how I see it right now is the damage dealers are not, I say this lightly and I'll explain. Damage dealers are not having the issue in the raid. We've seen multiple offensive characters be great in the raid. Sub, Hercules, Moana, anybody with Frozone. You know what I mean? We are not lacking the damage. Hades. We're not lacking the damage. But if we keep increasing our offensive characters from T8 to T9, are we gonna keep hitting the same wall? Or do we try something different and try and go with the theme the developers are telling us? This is just enjoying this T9 Tiana. Yep, we'll get into her. If they told us the theme is centered around sustainability, I feel like it has some impact, and it will make your runs better, make your runs more consistent, instead of, you know, hang on one moment. Sorry, had to sneeze there. But I went Frozone, the Moana for T9. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Anyways, if you follow the theme of T8 to T9 and you T9 your sustainable characters, you may see an impact on how consistent your runs become in the raid. And that's crucial for heroic. Do you want to sit there for, I don't know, like 40 tries trying to get the perfect run? No, I don't. So I'm gonna go with the theme and see where it goes. Janu says I went Frozone and the Moana for T9. That's a solid combo. And it's very clear the theme of Sorcerer chosen is utility, right? None of them are, you know, slapping the tornado for big damage besides, you know, Frozone when he has his slows and everything, whatever. But they're there for utility. So if they're telling you, hey, these are our Sorcerer chosen, they're utility characters, and we've upgraded them for utility, wouldn't you follow the notion that you should be going for the sustainable characters with T8 to T9? I digress. So, Tiana is T9. Boy, oh boy. Here's our stats at T9. She's maxed. The only thing she doesn't have is all the Delta Runes abilities, but she's completely maxed. This is her stats for T9. Pretty impressive, right? But now what? Right? Tiana is now the game changer for me. She works in ST attack, even before she was T9. ST defense, club conquest on a princess modifier, the raid, and PvP because I committed to the princess team. It's a no-brainer for me if I know the theme is to stock up on and invest in these sustainable characters. It's a no-brainer. She's a plug and play. She works on any team and she's great. She's using all game modes. 5 builds to Tiana. Cheers to that. Hello, Lombardo. How are you? But here comes the nitty gritty. Abilities. So, what's even probably more scarce than the exclusive pieces to go from 8 to 9 is deltas. Deltas have been, you know, sprinkled at us, right? Unless you bought a pack or unless you're excelling in Summoner Showdown. And I've been, you know, thankful enough to position myself to have, you know, deltas. But I do not spend on ruins, stones, or gear ever, period. Because I did not start playing this game to buy ruins and deltas and gear. I didn't. But that being said, since I made that personal decision, I now have to, and more than before, I now have to make sure that I am being very, very careful with who I'm giving deltas to and what I'm giving deltas you know, towards? What is it gonna do? What is the impact? Let me catch up a chat here. People like the Tiana. Yes. Chelsea says you dislike the tornado, and Lashi prefers solid runs. Hi, Lashi. Tiana drives you nuts. Tell us about Randall. Jeez. Roshane says deltas. Deltas. All right. Anyways, so the prime example of a bad. How can I get a roster review? Just I thought I had. Send me a DM, Insomniac. I'll help you. Now I'm actually considering taking Chip to T7 just to farm some more essence. Yeah, you always have to scrape your way. If you're not whaling, and I'm not gonna say I'm some free-to-play god or chubby dolphin, like, of course I've whaled, of course, but I have my own track of doing it and being efficient about it. No, I'm missing 58k channel. Send me a DM. Update. Janu fed the dragon because he said he was hungry. Thank you so much, Janu. But anyways, this basic is 100% not a good delta choice. Ever, probably. You do not use the basic for damage. You use the basic for helpful effects. If this said, anytime this hits an opposing character, take a helpful effect from them. Yes. Next. In Gumbo Pie, I'm thinking about it. Basically, with the Delta, it gives it more health and defense, but it's still a little bit squishy. Plus 15% health is not anything to write home about. It is a pretty tanky pot, I will say that. But once you get the protects off, it could be the tankiest pot in the world. Until it gets protects back, you can work around it. This is not a Delta ability, because it's super powerful. Next is the passive, and I think there is some legs to this, increasing the chance to grant haste. Because what ends up happening is the princesses are a little bit slow, but the assisting teammate has the chance. So it may not be the character you want to get the haste. So again, probably a good Delta to do. But, and everyone's gonna say, oh, I don't see. Well, the initial thought of this move was, I don't see the curse going out a lot. And that was true. But we got Maleficent. Well, Demona too. But Maleficent literally makes this much more stronger of a choice. And I think this would be the first Delta I would put on Tiana. Once I make that decision, I'm going to stack on Deltas to see what lies ahead. Whether that's the challenges get updated, Deltas become more accessible, there's a regular path to Deltas, at least even if it's one a day. But if I was to go with a move, it would be this one, Curse Breaker, because in the raid she just throws in and takes a turn, and then what does that do? You can cleanse, you can give the harmful immunity to your team, you could throw the pot or get an assist with the pot. So she throws all this back and you assist. If there's a vulnerable or anything that's thrown back that's gonna increase your damage, it's probably, you know, advantageous, right? I think the most bang for your deltas would be this passive right here. Anyways, let's see. I'm missing 696,969 channel points. Wow. Let me fund your account. Let me go in and hack it for you. John, who says tanky pot. Not very tanky if no protects on it. It has begun. The riot's begun. Excellent. I love riots in my chat. It's fun. Insomniac says in 1 hour. The riot's in 1 hour? Oh no. I have to make this a quick stream. So there's no riot. Nice of you to showcase Ash's Tiana. Yeah, this is her account. Anyways, who's next? As a famous wrestler said, you're next. So who's next? And to go off of my theme of sustainability, and he is one of my favorite characters of all time. Stitch is, of course, my favorite character. But Goliath is second. And I know what you're thinking. Dude, you gave Goliath 3.5 out of 5 builds, and Goliath isn't that good. And let me explain myself. Number one, 3.5 out of 5 builds is not bad. If 5 is S tier, it's not bad. 2.5, not that great. But when Mazo's gifting subs, thank you so much. Make sure you're saying thank you to Mazo. Thank you. He looks like he's wearing gloves. Oof. Don't do that to me. But what I said with Goliath is he's 3.5 out of 5. Fancy meeting you here. Can you clean your room? I keep stepping on things on the way to mine. Is there little Legos on the floor? Is that what it is? I'm so sorry. Hi, Turbo. All right. So my theme is sustainability, but I gave this character a 3.5 out of 5. But I said very specifically that he may have potential in the future. And I think his potential is gear tier 9. Why? Let's go to this passive and read it very slowly. Goliath gains 10% defense. If Goliath has higher defense than his target, which at gear tier 9, yeah, it's your Legos. Next one I find, I'm keeping till you ask for it back. Ooh. Anyways, Goliath, I believe, because I've seen how offensive characters interact with the Ursula raid, and I've seen how characters interact with the Titan raid. I believe that they do not have quite the defense Goliath has. And if you extend your defense out more, increase Goliath's defense more, it's gonna help give him bonus damage. Because if Goliath has higher damage than his target, he deals 100% the difference between defensive stats as bonus damage. So again, if you make him T9, increases defense, give him defense zone, and if you put him with characters that increases defense, such as, I don't know, Jack, who throws a pumpkin shield that gives you 10% more defense, when this character 20% chance to counterattack when protect is consumed. which if he has Protect, the Titan's gonna go after him. 20% chance to assist Gargoyle's teammates' basic attacks. So, when the Protect is consumed, and when Gargoyles do basic attacks. So, he is gonna hit back with the passive, or excuse me, the basic, which deal damage to target and adjacent opponents, which the Titan, it'll be either tornadoes or ice spikes or, you know, just a singular tornado. Deal 40% of Goliath's current defense as bonus damage, just like it said. I am getting pretty close to that upgrade button. And 30% chance to inflict defense down. So if he's losing protects, which the gargoyle or the tornado loves to go after characters with protects, clearly when he takes a turn, he's gonna come back and smack you for however much defensive conversion you have. One. And two, how much you upgrade this basic. So there's a difference between bonus damage and damage dealt. He is gonna hit on a counter for 25k. I think he's gonna hit for 25k. So anytime the tornado consumes a protect, he's gonna clap back on all adjacent characters. So you're gonna destroy tornadoes, you're gonna destroy the ice spikes for 25k. Plus his defense is ridiculous. So the tornado, and again, the sustainability theme, the tornado hits him back and he nothing. Puts the protects back on him and we just cycle through. So Goliath will be my next T9 because I believe him, Xanatos, don't give up. Him, Xanatos, who has a strong basic, by the way. Xanatos, Jack, to give him the pumpkin shield. Plus, he protects before he consumes anything else. The tornado I'm speaking of. Jack. And then take your pick. Maybe Tiana goes on there because protects are being consumed. But we'll see. Goliath, ladies and gentlemen,